Hi everybody, welcome once again to another Low on Health Daily Rambling, me going over what I've just kind of been doing recently. What was I gonna say? I had something to say on the top. I'll think of it again in a second. Lost. Watched Lost tonight. I don't know, many of you probably do watch Lost, and I'm actually happy to see what they're doing on Lost, because recently on Lost, instead of talking about stuff happening, stuff actually kind of happened, which was awesome. Not saying it gets boring, but sometimes they always build up. He's coming. This stuff's gonna happen, and then when it finally does, it's at least worth it. And it figures they're doing that now because it's last season and all. That's why I wanted to mention it off the top of my head because I just finished watching the new Lost episode. But just moving on here, let's go and just hit the websites real quick. I do want to mention that Florida, it's been like crazy, wicked windy the whole day. Apparently, like almost the whole state of Florida, or the whole state of Florida was like in a wind advisory, which is crazy windy. And I mean, it's not even like a hurricane season or anything. To be that windy, it's kind of weird. The storm shutters have been just like creaking all through the house and whatnot. Really weird. I don't know that many of you in Florida maybe noticed, but man, it was just exceedingly windy today. Moving on, some just more topical things, nothing game related, just kind of sort of. Basically, looks like the Senate voted unemployment benefits and highway funds. Nobody cares about highway funds. But it looks like they're going to extend basically unemployment benefits, which were going to be up to expire. Apparently 78 to 19 in the Senate, and Obama has signed it into law late today. So that's kind of cool. I mean, not saying I want to eke it out as much as possible, but knowing that it's not going to go away will definitely help. Because I mean, really, if I can't find a job or find something that sustains me, there's going to be another foreclosure. And I know the economy, it's the last thing the economy needs right now is another foreclosure. I guess the last thing the economy needs right now is not unemployment, mutual, but them's the breaks. But I'm just happy to see that, yay, got extended. So, yay, politicians, for once. Moving on, Destructoid had a nice little write-up here of basically kind of the history of Sid, the Final Fantasy character Sid. It's a nice little write-up, visit Destructoid, you'll find it there. But it kind of goes through all the Sids throughout, Final Fantasy 1 through Final Fantasy 12. Final Fantasy 12. Which is kind of cool. I mean, he kind of rates him as like a grumpy meter, kind of like that's the true essence of Sid is grumpy. And he kind of gives a nod to Final Fantasy 6's Sid because he's a great character even though he's not grumpy. And of course the Final Fantasy 7 Sid, who's like the quintessential Sid. Duh, it's Final Fantasy 7. And how Final Fantasy 8 was kind of a, weakling. Final Fantasy 9 was a joke. 10's was cool. 11, nobody even wants to discuss because it's 11, and 12 kind of had 2, in which case, whatever. At least you got to sit as an actual battle, not end boss, but actually like an enemy that you got to fight. Don't know what Final Fantasy 13's is. I mean, imagine they know what it is, but they don't want to mention it because of spoilers or whatnot. I thought that was a nice little write-up. Just check that out and read that article. Now, also on Destructoid, basically, they've been kind of, where is it here? I meant to click on it and have it open, but there's spoilers in it, so I figured the best thing for me to do is actually just to scroll down to it, where they basically mention how Heavy Rain has lowered the bar in game narrative. Now, anybody following the internets have kind of followed Heavy Rain and followed Destructoid, kind of didn't give it a great review, and they've actually had a couple different pieces about game narrative, and they've been kind of lampooning Heavy Rain, in which case it's mainly this Jim Sterling character. And a lot of people have been calling him out on it. He either thinks he's full of himself, or he's just making fun of people for liking it that much. I mean, he kind of points out some plot holes, and I agree with some of them, but it looks like some of them he didn't even really understand what the game was about, or how things actually happen in the game, especially in the essence to Lauren's son, in which case I do want to discuss, but can't, because I don't want to spoil it for anybody. But this guy, Jim Sterling, apparently has it in for Heavy Rain, or basically the first article he wrote, his review, he got lampooned, and a lot of people, the internet didn't like that, so then he wrote up this other article, kind of just about game narrative to kind of justify what he said about Heavy Rain, and people didn't like that. And then he actually had this thing about how it's lowering the bar in narrative. And it's just, really, this guy has got a lot of flack from people, and I don't know if it's just for publicity. I mean, here I am talking about it. But despite what I say about Heavy Rain, I love the narrative, and I love the presentation of it, and this guy is just jackass. I'm moving on. Also about gaming here, I am setting Divinity II back. I played it a little bit today. I played it a lot today. Got to kind of a nerve-ending, basically aggravating dungeon temple thing with a lot of puzzles, and it was just kind of confusing. But plowed my way through it to, of course, get to a dungeon boss. In which case, that dungeon boss, for some reason, my character is not built to deal with that dungeon boss. So I had to kind of back out and go power level a little bit. And I didn't mind that much. I like being able to go back out, fight other things, which I was kind of overpowered for, and just have fun. I still Thoroughly enjoy the game. I will write a review about the game, even though I'm maybe a quarter, not even a quarter of the way through it. Because at the quarter point, you actually get like this battle tower and a bunch of cool stuff. In which case, I haven't gotten that far yet, which is promising. I put, still maybe 15, 20 hours in the game and haven't gotten that far. Then, of course, I'm probably just juking around and doing a lot of side quests, which are just awesome, these side quests. So still have a bunch of good things to say about Divinity 2. And it is rough. It has kind of locked up on me a couple times. I got to some points where like buttons would stick and I couldn't actually proceed. But I still enjoy the game. I am sending it back, and what I'm going to do is when the drought shows up, I'm going to basically re-rent it and play through it then. So that should give me time enough to play Final Fantasy 13 and Yakuza 3. I'm also kind of been working on Bad Company 2 on the PC, which I'll probably actually get through playing, Tuesday, Thursday, and probably write up my next set of reviews for Low on Health with Heavy Rain, Divinity 2, and Bad Company. But I did enjoy Divinity 2, and I'm going to play it again when I get it back in. But other than that, that's really kind of about it. I'm going to probably watch some more of a Reaper. Almost done with the first season, still liking it. And I'll probably do a little talking about that tomorrow. But other than that, I'd like to thank you guys for watching, and have a good day.